perhaps on a box about that high off the ground. And when you do that push-up, it actually trains torso muscles that you won't normally train in a regular push-up. So it's actually a muscle group called the serratus anterior, and if you're familiar with bodybuilding pictures, you'll see finger-like muscles going down the side. Well, if you do these elevated push-ups for the first time and you do too many sets, you'll have a really odd, unique soreness down through here. So that's why we only had the beginners do one set of those. But it's a really good exercise and just one of the dozens of ways to do push-ups that are different from the normal version. Then into another single leg exercise. We do the single leg hip extension, and then we finish off with more of the torso work, the plank, and the bird dog exercise. Very simple exercises, again, for endurance in the torso area. And then we finish off with the interval training that we've talked about a little bit already. All right, so when we step up to the intermediate level, as I mentioned, we're going up from 2 workouts per week in the beginner to 3 workouts per week. Also decreasing the number of repetitions in the first set, superset there. With the bodyweight exercises, we'll have higher repetitions. And if you need to make this workout harder for yourself or for a client, then the easiest thing to do is, with the bodyweight exercises, choose a harder version or increase the number of repetitions. Now, I often get a lot of people that email in and say, oh, I've tried the intermediate workout and it was too easy. But if you do it the right way, this is as hard of a workout as you could possibly do even in the advanced levels. So if somebody says that, it just means that they're not using the right level of resistance. So dumbbell split squat, if you're using dumbbells, you can always go harder and heavier to get your 8 repetitions. And we always ask people just to go one repetition short of failure, just for the safety purposes. You don't want to be training to failure by yourself at home. And so that's the only reason that if you've ever read the Turbulence training manuals and wondered why I mentioned that about failure, it's just for the safety purposes. So the dumbbell split squat is paired with the dumbbell incline press. And in most cases, you're in and about the same repetition range with the same weight there. So if you're, we get a lot of questions about people working out at home. I only have one set of adjustable dumbbells. How can I do this without having to unscrew the dumbbells all the time and change the weights? Well, in this case, you'd probably be able to pick a weight that you could do 8 repetitions with the dumbbell squat or split squat, and then you probably would have to increase the dumbbell incline press repetitions by about 4. So you'd be in the 8 to 12 repetition range, but you wouldn't have to change the weights. So if you're going through this type of program with a client at home, you can just increase the number of repetitions in one of the exercises to match the other exercise. And then in the bodyweight superset here, the stability ball leg curl and the push-ups, if you need to make this harder for yourself or for a client, then you simply would add repetitions or choose a harder version. So the harder version, the leg curl, obviously just use a single leg curl. And with the push-ups, you can go into the decline with your feet up on the bench, close grip. Those will be harder versions. And then we also finish this off with one abdominal exercise and an upper back exercise. Again, making sure we hit all the hot zones of the body. All right, workout B for the intermediate program. We're going back to the dumbbell squat. Now, once you get to a certain point of strength in your lower body, the dumbbell squat becomes more of an upper back exercise, just to hold the weights there. So it's an exercise that is only in there because this was designed for people that work out at home with adjustable dumbbells only. If you work out in a gym and you know how to do barbell squats with proper form, then that's what you would use in place there. Or if you were training at home and want to do a single leg exercise, you could substitute that in place. The stability ball rollout is an ab exercise. You'll notice in the Turbulence training programs, there's not the crunches and not the sit-ups that you see in most traditional ab training workouts, just because I don't really find it, first of all, to be necessary to get the six-pack abs, and second of all, for some people, that spinal flexion, the repeated crunching and sit-up motion can lead to lower back problems over time. With the stability ball rollout, the side plank, the regular plank, the plank with your elbows on the ball, those exercises are building up endurance in the abdominals, and again, the research shows that that's associated with a lower risk of back pain over time. All right, in the second superset here, we have a dumbbell reverse lunge and side plank. So again, those are not competing with one another. And then finishing off with the dumbbell row and body weight only lower body exercise. So again, no competition for the grip strength. So it's a very simple system. You just do the warm-up, The strength training supersets, it could be as little as 1 superset or 2 supersets, just making sure that you get total body exercises, multi-muscle exercises that don't interfere with one another, so you can go through them rapidly with as little rest as possible and not interfere with one another. And that's a simple little system that makes up the turbulence training workouts. And we'll just go through one of the advanced programs here. This is the original turbulence training program. So this is the first one I came up with back in 2001. And it's just 4 exercises. So, I mean, really, maybe I should return to some of the simplicity of this program, because it'll obviously get you done even faster than doing 6 exercises if you're only doing 4 with the 2 supersets here. So the first exercise is a dumbbell Romanian deadlift, and that's the exercise very similar to that kettlebell swing, which I showed earlier today, where the motion is all coming at the hip joint and not at the knee joint. So you're pushing your hips back, knees bend slightly, and then you're just squeezing your glutes and coming back up to the start position. So it's a hip exercise, not a knee joint exercise. Now that's a tough one for some people to get the hang of, so we can definitely substitute that exercise out, maybe use a dumbbell split squat or an exercise like there's plenty of different bodyweight exercises we can do. I call this one the single leg reaching lunge, where you can just lower yourself down like that, and that's a bodyweight exercise that you can do with your clients at home, obviously needing no equipment, and they're probably going to feel a little more comfortable on that exercise because some people are concerned about their lower back issues with the dumbbell Romanian deadlift. So back when I came up with this exercise, I wasn't thinking in terms of beginner and intermediate exercise levels. I was thinking in terms of what I was doing and what my friends were doing at that time. And now that exercise will be paired with a dumbbell chest press or dumbbell bench presses, and the dumbbell RDL exercise is also going to work a lot of your upper back, just to hold those dumbbells in position as you lower yourself. So that first superset is a standalone superset on its own. Then the second superset, dumbbell reverse lunges and dumbbell one-arm standing shoulder press. I really like that dumbbell one-arm standing shoulder press because when you do it properly, just standing up upright and have that other hand on your abdominals, and that reminds you to brace your abdominals and work them as hard as possible in that exercise, and then just pressing overhead. So that's it for the 4 exercises in that original turbulence training workout. And then I must have changed things up because I went to 6 exercises in workout B. So workout A, just the 4 exercises. Workout B here, we're going through the squat and chin up. Now if you're actually doing barbell squats and chin ups, that's another standalone superset, obviously. I mean, you could pretty much be tired enough after that one just to get out of the gym and be done with it. Obviously some alternatives there. If you're working out at home without a squat bar and without chin-up bar, you can do a single leg squat, body weight version, and dumbbell pullover is an exercise you can do in place. So if you ever are training yourself or you're training clients and the workout calls for pull-ups or chin-ups or inverted rows, there's always a dumbbell alternative, and I won't go over them all right now because it's better to show you with dumbbells, but if you go to my YouTube channel, so if you go to youtube.com/CBAthletics, or you just look up my name on YouTube, we have a video on back exercises that shows you all the different variations in dumbbell exercises you can do at home for your back that you obviously can't do without if you don't have a bar for chin-ups and pull-ups and inverted rows. And then we do our classic lower body and abdominal superset in number 2. And then again, finishing off with non-competing exercises, dumbbell row or seated row, whatever you have access to, and mountain climbers to finish off workout B. So those are the first 3 workouts that you come across in the main turbulence training manual, the beginner, intermediate, and this is the first of the 5 or 6 advanced programs we have in there. All right, so we're going to have Vince come up and finish off the day. Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll finish off with a little motivation from my friend Vince Del Monte.
I'm going to be talking about motivation that lasts a lifetime, and I got notes more for probably my sake, because these guys know I can ramble, and this will help me stay focused. I just got back from a Caribbean cruise, so the story I'm about to tell you will has a lot more impact. So I was thinking of one of my favorite motivational speeches of all time, and the story is told of an old man who was traveling on an ocean liner when a huge storm blew up without warning.